I valued what I did for God more than I valued God. And it was really complicated to kind of unravel that and figure that out. But the Lord met me pretty swiftly in a moment that made me realize that that's what I had been doing. I was trying to be good at the mechanics of being a good believer and being a good worship leader and being a good everything. And I got so caught up in how to be good that I missed Him, and I missed worship, and I missed the benefit of being with God.
We take our eyes off of God all the time, whether that's focusing on our image or our status, along those same lines, what other people think about us, and that really it takes our focus away from God in a really strong way. We live in such an age where media is it has our full attention, our full devotion, and that takes our attention off of God and who He is.
You know, I think about times in my life that I valued things. You know, the Bible says where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be. I can remember as a young teenager valuing relationships with other girls. I had a girlfriend, it seemed like I was all in, everything, and that I always competed with God in my life and following Him. As I've gotten older, though, it's kind of changed for me. I've really started thinking more about just daily, the things that happen in a day. What am I going to do when this situation comes up? Am I going to honor God? Am I going to try to live according to the things that He's taught me? Or am I going to live for myself? And it seems like there's a lot of times every day I get to choose, how am I going to worship God today?
Right out of college, I was moving to Nashville to be a big singer, and I thought it would be exciting, and really had no faith in that decision. I knew God, I knew who He was, but the whole goal was just to go and be discovered, and how God worked in that story and finding a church there, and having the desire to want to sing worship more than country. I don't know if you all know how Nashville is, but everyone sings. Everyone is great at it. So the church that I was at kindly said, well, we really just don't have a spot for you on the team. But I really felt that pull. So my husband got a job here in Chattanooga. And I think Silverdale was the second church that we came to. And it's just amazing going from the choir at Bonnie Oaks to the worship team at Boudoir and now on staff. It's been an amazing journey.
When I was younger, I really struggled with trying to get approval and affirmation, acceptance from those around me, my friends, my peers. And so I really struggled with putting their opinions over that of God and what I knew He wanted from me and of me. And then I've heard it said that when you get saved, when you give your life to Jesus, that you then are able to live from acceptance instead of for acceptance. And I think that was a big transitional moment for me.
I think a time in my life that I valued something more than God would have to be my early days of ministry, when I was more focused on the job itself than I was what really should have been the focus of my ministry, and that was to love and to serve my family well, first and foremost, and then depend on God to help me fulfill the other aspects of ministry.